Hello, guys. Welcome back. This is the 8th episode of the External View.
Today we have a very special guest. This guy's already an internet sensation. All the kids love him. He's often called that guy from Ends.
He's that guy who knows a guy.
He's that guy who knows the guy. Today we got Michael.
Yeah, man, how we doing, guys? You alright?
Yeah. Oh well, no. I've wanted you to have you on the podcast for a while because your confidence level is impeccable. Like this. You remember that assembly that we had?
Oh, yeah, the house one.
The house captain. So
one.
basically, we were getting introduced to the school as house captains, and Michael. This guy, when they called Michael's name, he stood up. All the kids were cheering his name.
He had a whole introduction.
He had a full-on introduction, and then he was running around getting high fives from everyone, crowd roaring, bro. This guy brings so much attention.
That's cold.
Tell me, how'd you do it? How'd you get all the kids to love
How
you?
did you do it?
I think it's his character, like.
Yeah, it's just his personality. Like,
Yeah.
he's
told me after.
just born with it.
He told me after because I was like the only black guy.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
oh no, I'm not the only brown guy. Accents and also doing house captain with us.
So how'd you get into, like, doing TikToks and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, talk about your internet.
So what? I was like in my room, right, and I was just bored, and I'm interested in London boroughs, right, you know, and I thought this idea like, oh, like they made TikToks about London boroughs, you know. I didn't expect it to get views at all. I was just happy with a couple comments or a couple likes, right?
Yeah.
I thought of this idea before, but like I never ended up doing it because I thought it was like I was just like nah. But then one day I was just bored in my room, and then I just did it because I was just like, oh, like nothing's stopping me. I might as well do it. And then I made the first video, and then I sent it to my GC, and then like
Your who?
the GC, like my boys.
Group
my
chat.
Oh, group chat.
Yeah. And then like them man, like they saw the videos on 0 views, and then we all woke up the next morning. It had like 10,000 likes. Like the video just blew up.
Wait, so it just became like overnight viral?
Yeah. And then when I found out it blew up, the very first thing I did was make another video, because like the first video was like top 5 biggest London boroughs. So then the next video I did was like top 5 most irrelevant London boroughs. Like, and
Yeah.
then that video got even more views than the first one. So then, and people I knew started to like, I started to pop up on their For You pages, and they were starting to message me like, oh, Michael, is this you? Is this you? Is this you? And then after that, like, I don't know, I was kind of anxious because it's like, I didn't know what to do. Like, you know, when you like,
Because there's a lot of pressure, like,
yeah,
because you already done well in your other videos and you
Yeah.
expect to do well in your new videos as well, right?
yeah, like,
Was there like, would you not embarrassed at all, like with the way people may think of you, like?
nah, because at the end of the day, right, you're just doing something you enjoy. And like, when you're doing
I respect
something,
that.
yeah,
I respect
when
that.
you're
I
doing
mean,
something you enjoy.
That's a
you-
cold message for everyone that's listening, you know?
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't do a lot of the things they want to do just because the worries of societal
Like being
expectations.
judged.
Yeah.
It's a London problem. It's a lot of people in
It's not even
London.
a London problem; it's a global problem.
No, I
Yeah,
would say it's
well-
more of a like London problem though.
Yeah, I'd say it's a London problem just because of like just the
Everyone seems like kept to themselves. They don't really
Yeah.
like. They don't want to stick out.
yeah, and a lot of us London guys, like, a lot of us have like the same personality. We have the same interests. Like, people are too scared to be different.
Yeah, exactly.
What sparked your interest in London boroughs? 'Cause that's not a usual thing people like sort of.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you really ask everybody what they're really interested in, it's all gonna be completely random things. Like, not everybody is made to be a footballer. But if you ask anybody, oh, would you want to be when you're older? They're all gonna say footballer.
So what was the inspiration behind you doing that video? Was it like,
It was just like
did you see someone doing it and then you thought I could do that as well?
kinda like, and I saw other people make videos about London boroughs, but no one really dedicated their whole channel to it.
Oh,
and
right.
like, every time someone made a video about like London boroughs, like I was always invested. And I found it very interesting, so I just decided to dedicate my whole.
So you
channel
were
to London
hooked
boroughs.
into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I just wanted to be the difference in. I wanted to be.
Wanted to be the difference in that sort of topic, yeah.
Yeah, like I wanted to be someone to.
That
represent
started
myself.
sounding a bit too inspirational for a moment. I can't lie.
Yeah.
No, tell the podcast like more of the specifics, like how many followers you got, what's your account called where we can find you and like.
Advertise yourself,
Yeah,
my boy.
yeah,
like,
Do you know what, I don't really advertise myself like that.
It's not like that, but we
Yeah.
just want to know.
Okay, so what? I got two names. I got London Boroughs, and then there's that guy from Ends, which like people also refer to me as. So pretty much, I just wanted to be referred to as London Boroughs. Actually, I didn't really want a name at all. I only called myself London Boroughs because I talk about London Boroughs.
So where did that guy from Ends come
I
from?
literally thought of it on the spot. That's why it's kind of corny, because it's like
Yeah,
I thought of
yeah,
it on
yeah.
the spot. Because you know how TikTok asks you to have like two names, like you need one name and then another name like your username. So
Yeah.
like I just thought of a random name. Oh, like what can my other name be? And I just thought of that guy from Ends.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
no one has Ends in their names. I just thought, okay, that guy from Ends. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
I thought I still wanted to be referred to as London Boroughs. Actually, now I want to be referred to as LB.
LB.
Yeah, sure. London Boroughs, LB.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, how many followers you got? How many and where can we find you?
I'm almost at 16,000
16. Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
in like 3 months.
Do you get any money from it? Like monetization and that?
Little. It's nothing crazy. But yeah, again, I just started.
Would love to grow our podcast, but we sort of limit it to people in school because it's all about talking to people in school.
Yeah.
And
I respect what you guys are doing. Like you're helping people practice their oral skills. You know.
No, this definitely helps. But
yeah, it definitely helps.
I feel
mean,
like it's more like we're doing it because we want to like hear different people and what their life is like and what they're
Yeah,
interested
I mean,
in.
a way I like to describe it, and if let's say a university lecturer was to ask me why did I do the external review, I would tell them the external review, the purpose of it was an excuse for me to get to know everyone in my school, because I only have a limited time here, 2 years, and in fact the first year is almost finished. We started this like a few months ago.
Yeah.
We're doing an episode every week. I mean, we missed quite a lot of time because of our mocks.
Yeah.
This is, we still have an episode which we made like 2 weeks ago, which was meant to be posted 2 weeks ago, which we haven't posted yet, but we'll probably post it soon, and this will be posted the week after. But it's just about getting to know everyone, sort of the personalities around school. Before it's a bit too late, you know, because we're not going to have time to get to know everyone, isn't it? Like, there's not enough time for all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
And in
great.
the end, it's a way of like recording what different people like think and feel. Because in the end, like we're all gonna be separated after the school. We're all gonna go like to different unis.
Yeah.
Kind of how it was in secondary. Like some friends that you might have that might be really close and you might still talk to them, yeah. But some other people like you don't really talk to because you moved schools and like you're just doing sort of different stuff.
I think, see, what I loved about this, like, I think it was like the second episode we had Nathan Smith, wasn't it?
The one with the religion.
Yeah, no, that.
Yeah, that got so many views.
Yeah,
I
but
can't lie.
that was so interesting in my, like, just learning about Nathan Smith. Like, I had been in this school for like a few months now, getting to know everyone. Nathan Smith was someone I spoke to, didn't really hang around with too much, and then sort of that episode just like, sort of like the guy's a Buddhist, and that sort of just was crazy.
Like everyone has like a specific thing about them that
Yeah.
That
you
no
can
one
discover
knows.
through
Yeah.
talking to them.
That's what makes the school kind of unique.
Yeah.
Like people have different personalities. Whereas if you go to like a state school in a London borough, you're gonna find more like copy
Like
and paste.
everyone's the
personalities.
same basically, yeah.
Like
They're trying to be that one thing.
I like.
yeah, like everyone dresses the same, everyone talks the same. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but like
But they just don't own life. It's like they're just
Yeah.
copying someone else. and
exactly like if it was, and you want to be the same things.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see people like them become real celebrities.
Yeah.
And it's the people it's the people.
But Michael here, like
Well, he's an internet sensation.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
16,000 you said.
Yeah, I wouldn't. say that.
16,000 followers, damn.
no, but you still got like a good following. No?
Yeah, we said in 3 months. That's crazy.
Like, you could call yourself influential in a sense.
You are an influencer
I
technically.
don't know,
16,000 people following.
I
I
But
followed.
if you have articles written about you, yeah, that's fairly influential. Like.
No, I started following you on TikTok. Not recently, but it was quite a bit ago. Because you just popped up. And then what was even crazy is when Mr. Joe, our business teacher,
Yeah.
out of nowhere, he was like, Michael, is that you I see on TikTok?
Yeah.
Nah, and then the class was laughing because like everyone knows.
Yeah.
Nah, that was a funny day.
I actually wasn't gonna tell anybody I had the TikTok.
No, I respect that.
It was gonna be a thing where, people would only find out if they found out.
Yeah.
It's no one's business. I don't expect people to watch my content. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna tell anybody. But now everybody just knows.
Yeah.
Is there like any negativity though associated with the videos?
As in like hate or like.
Yeah, some like people just, I don't know, criticizing you for like sticking out and doing what you're doing.
I guess it's like, I saw this one guy in my comments talking about, oh yeah, this guy's a neek, all he does is tweet London Borough logos, he's a neek, I'm like, bro, like, grow up, like,
Yeah.
honestly. And like, in terms of people I know, I guess no one's really hated me, but I do see through the compliments, they're more complimenting my fan base and what I've created more than complimenting the
Rather
content. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like they respect the numbers I've pulled rather than respecting me as a person.
So you think people treat you differently
Kinda, not
because
really.
you have the account?
Not really, but I feel like, I guess because I'm go to the school and I see people every day, nothing's
Yeah.
really changed. But as for the people I used to know, I get a couple people popping up here and there. Oh yeah, is that you? Da, 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 da.
Because you're up now, they decided to like.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
No, I like this school in the sense how it sort of it just tones in on the creative side of people. Like
Yeah, they kind of force us to be our own selves and
Yeah,
like
you can-
stand out.
yeah, because like let's say Dartford Grammar, they do almost no creative
Creating
subject.
ops, bro, like calling out schools.
No,
and
I have
stuff
friends
like
that go Dartford Grammar. I have friends from my primary school, which I see every now and
No,
then.
Dartford Grammar is
No, we can't say that. We can't swear on the podcast.
Okay, yeah.
We have people from my year 8 form following us.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, because I told them about the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
And then literally in the first episode they were like, "Oh my god, you're my house captain." I was like, that's great. Like hearing from these like kids, like people actually. I mean,
It also makes you feel good doing this. I can't.
yeah,
lie.
it does. I mean, I'm still getting used to like the house. Well, by the way, for those like don't know that, so I became a house captain recently. So is Michael, who's deputy house captain of the same house as me. We just get assigned to forms, which are year groups. I'm with the year 8s, and I mean, the presentations are already made for us. We just talk to them, have a conversation, maybe have some fun, play a game or something. But yeah, no, it's just about like getting used to it. Like, I mean, how was your experience? With
Yeah, the year 7s, noisy kids, like,
No,
but it's cool, I can talk to
What I'm
children.
surprised is like how nice they are. Like the year 8s of my old school are very, what's the great word to
A
say?
chavvy.
Roadmen type, roadmen wannabes.
Yeah.
That type of people. I mean, whereas here they're all very innocent and like very sort of nice. I don't know. It's weird how.
That's debatable though, like, because you don't get to see their true selves in form time.
No, I don't, and that's fair. But seeing them around school, they're not as rough as the kids that they would be in my old school.
I don't know, man, because they be doing weird they're doing weird stuff like, I don't know if you've seen people just spray people like with water.
Oh come on,
Like
that's all
little
fun and
kids.
games. We did worse in my old school. Like, we at one point I remember
No, but
a
to
dude
oldest,
throwing
though.
ice cream down my shirt. Like,
No, when they're older than you, then yeah, but like if
no,
they're
he was
younger
the same
than you,
age as
do it.
me.
Okay,
In the
yeah,
same
that's
year.
acceptable. But how would you feel if youngers were doing that? Like,
Well, I haven't seen a younger kid hit bullying an older kid.
not bullying them,
But like pick on an older kid.
not pick on them, just doing dumb stuff like.
No, I haven't seen
You haven't
spraying
seen
water. Nah.
Ah, okay. I guess I'm the only one then. What about you, Michael? What's your experience with like the younger students?
Nah, like, if you're not rated, then the youngers are gonna see that you're not rated, and because they're youngers, they'll get away with more things. So
That's
they're
a
gonna
fair
try-
point,
Yeah,
actually,
they're gonna try
yeah.
to bully you.
I mean that's the same with anywhere. Like if you ain't properly, you're not properly, you're not gonna be in with it. It's like, yeah, and that's a global thing. I think it's just like
It's all about status, man.
Yeah.
Everything's about status.
Yeah,
Like
a lot of things are like there's a social hierarchy.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if you ain't like that sort of boss character, you're
Yeah,
sort of you know what I mean by like a boss character, sort of like
Like Andrew Tate,
dominating.
yeah.
No, not Andrew Tate. Nah, we've spoken about Andrew Tate. enough, like,
Hey, you mentioned him way too many times.
there's no
Like,
need to talk about him right now. But I mean, like, not like a dominating figure, but like more like
No, but you do have to stand up for yourself. Like,
yeah.
I do think certain people are just too young to watch Andrew Tate. Because when you're watching guys like him, you can take his advice the wrong way.
No, yeah,
Because
definitely.
Obviously, like we're older, we understand we understand what he's talking about, or at least 80% of things.
I was thinking about this the other day, like
Because we have our own mind to think about what he's saying,
Exactly.
but like
Yeah.
younger people, they take it as just that's what they're supposed to
Yeah.
do, and they don't realize some of the stuff he's saying is like absurd and
I
like
mean,
jokes
I
and
was
stuff like
I was
that.
thinking about this the other day. Like, I'm 17. I can sit there and understand what I want to believe or not. Like, whether or not I sit down and watch Andrew Tate and
Yeah.
believe in the things he says, that's up to me.
Yeah,
I know what I'm thinking. Whether or not I then, like, let's say the things he did were true, which seems like they're not because he's out of prison.
Well, the allegations.
Allegations of trafficking and whatnot. Let's say they were true, and then he starts promoting it.
Promoting what?
Promoting the idea of how he made his millions by doing that, and it's not a terrible idea.
I mean, then you wouldn't trust him. Like,
no, not even that. I'm old enough to be like, okay, I like Andrew Tate said this, but he said that. I'm not gonna go into that. Like, I know I'm not gonna want to traffic women to make money. I mean, I'm not saying he did do that, and it seems like he didn't do that, and I prefer that he didn't because, like, I mean, a lot of bad things would have happened to these random women that were trafficked, but you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather. I can make my own decisions. I don't need people telling me, yo, Andrew Tate's a bad influence. Like, he is for younger audience, but not for people of our age. But I don't know.
Michael, do you think you're gonna touch on other topics in your TikTok, or is it just gonna be London boroughs?
I actually have a fun fact.
Go ahead.
So before I hopped on TikTok, I was considering doing YouTube, and I bought this camera. You know, you saw that. You saw my camera.
Is that the one you're gonna use?
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Is it for the Mark Everson? Are you still doing that?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
But like, back on the story, I bought that camera to start YouTube because do you know Sneaker?
Yeah.
You know there's like psychological type of videos.
Nico
Yeah.
is like
Yeah, like just
some of
like-
his old videos.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you're
the
gonna
old
be
Sneaker.
one of those guys.
Yeah, like just talking about life.
No, the old Sneaker that
Yeah.
interviews people, like
Yeah.
kind of like what we're doing right here with the podcast, just talking about life
Yeah,
in general.
and just like give people advice because I do
Yeah.
feel like in terms of advice I have a lot to bring to the table. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be, and you know I made a setup. I bought pictures. I bought like LED lights. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
bought
everything was planned.
pictures.
Yeah, as in for the background, like for setup.
Oh,
Yeah,
right, yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got a picture of J. Cole, Muhammad
Oh,
Ali,
okay.
like London, like it was all set. And then what caused that to not happen was that my house started getting renovated, so that postponed things. And then during that period, right, that's when I started the TikTok. And when I started the TikTok,
That blew up.
yeah, and it's like, do I need this YouTube anymore? Oh, but I bought this £200 camera.
But you can still do that. I
I
mean,
know.
no, I'm not stopping, but you can still do it on YouTube, like the stuff
So
you
do
want
you
to
think
do.
when in the future you're gonna be like a social media creator and stuff like that?
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'd have to become an influencer more than a content creator for me to expand my content. Because
Well, you wouldn't classify yourself as an influencer now, would you?
Yeah, I'm a content creator.
Yeah,
Because people don't know me. And
I mean, what are we? We're not influencing anything,
Yeah.
really. We're sort of just content
I think
creators.
influencer just means like
If
you're-
you have a large audience,
yeah, and like you're a figure that people
Look up
know.
to.
Yeah, and people know. Like
Yeah.
you have to know an influencer.
No, but do you not think influencing is also like just influencing people in the way that they think about certain things?
Yeah.
So like
because-
the people that are listening to the podcast, for example, they might be influenced by a conversation to think about certain topics in a different way than they do right now.
Yeah.
So isn't that influencing as well in a sense?
Yeah, I think it's just more about like being a figure that like you do something and people just like take inspiration from it. Like for example, that's why influencers get like paid sponsorships.
Yeah.
Because they like those companies know that those influencers can like
Reach out.
For
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
audience mostly,
yeah.
But wouldn't you say in your TikTok you're influencing some people like
I guess when my entertainment videos are more like
Well, influencing
just funny,
which,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
just to
well,
show
like
off.
influencing them which schools are the best in Kent or something like.
Yeah, because
Come on.
obviously people might have different views, so like
Yeah.
they might start thinking about, oh, actually, is he making a good point here, or like.
Yeah.
Obviously, most of them are funny videos. So.
Yeah.
Who is your target audience? Is it people our age or
everybody.
children?
Because certain videos have certain target audiences. Some videos is literally like everybody and anybody.
No, but who, like, if you had to say in general, if like based on every single video, especially the ones that's for a certain demographic, what would your
I guess my age because
so
obviously, like,
16 to 17-year-olds?
yeah, like it's just entertainment. It's like, it's not. I don't want it to just be entertainment. I want it to be educational as well.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm learning as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the same with us. We're learning about Nathan Smith. We learn
Yeah.
from Finbar. We learn.
We just learn from different people what
Yeah.
they have to like say about certain like topics regarding life in general. I think.
Yeah, I mean, who else have we had on? Daniel Sloan, which will be coming
Solon.
out. Is it Solon?
Yeah.
Oh, apologies, Daniel. Yeah, I mean,
That's gonna be like the episode before this one.
yeah, but they wouldn't hear about this episode until that one's posted.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Well, oh yeah, that kind of.
No, yeah, no, it's crazy, you know, because it's like the whole IB system is just so different to GCSE. I hardly sleep nowadays.
Yeah.
You're sleeping in business.
I think. I mean, I can blame it on like, oh, I have to do this essay. Yeah. I'll take accountability. You know, it's just a responsibility. It's just me saying, oh, you know what, 12 o'clock. I'll do it later or that.
I get that, but
That's a good point.
no, I get that, but still, even if it is the fact that you push work, like you procrastinate a lot, it's still a massive workload. Because
It is.
I can't say I've experienced because I've never done A levels, but I
Yeah.
feel like they have a lot less work.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they definitely do because we have a lot of coursework and
Yeah.
extra
Yeah.
stuff
'Cause
on the side.
they
Yeah,
don't
plus-
do IAs, which is the internal assessment of essays for
I mean,
each subject.
Some sixth form still do EEs. For example, I know Chisholm said has an extended essay.
No, yeah, but no, EEs, yeah, but that's if the student wants to choose it. Yeah, that's for like good students.
I know.
Like they call it EPQ. I think.
EPQ, yeah, that's
For
it.
A-levels.
That's not 4,000 words either. It's 2,000, I think. It's 2,000 word essay.
Yeah.
I had a friend from my old schools the year above. He's doing EPQ. He dropped one of his subjects, and the EPQ is worth half of an A level. I think that's how it works. It's worth half of an A level. So he's doing, I think, 2 subjects and half an A level.
No, but it helps us like because having this amount of workload will help us like later in uni and stuff like that.
I don't know how.
We'll be more prepared.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know what uni's like because uni, especially.
Yeah, but like, who has a high chance of being more prepared? A-level students or us? Like, after all that we've done.
In the UK, I can't, honestly don't know because what's the likelihood of someone from an A-level school going to Oxford rather than someone doing the IB at this school? I mean, I think there's a lot more people that coming from this school go to Oxford and the Oxford, it's because your school is what depends on your workload. 'Cause I know people at Oxford do like essays every week, whereas other unis don't do as much work. It just depends on your
Yeah,
school.
but it's still gonna be more work than now, though.
No, I think it'll just be harder work. I don't think it's more work.
Okay, maybe not more work, actually. Yeah, you have a point. Cause in uni, it's kind of like college. You can like go in certain days and leave in
I
other days.
don't even think you have to turn up, as long as you pass your exams. You don't have to turn up to class.
Yeah.
Like I know my mum's hardly turned up to her classes, and she used to use her friends' notes and then use those to pass her tests, because she was just busy working. So
Oh right, fair enough.
so
actually,
yeah, she had to balance everything.
And the thing about uni is there as well. But I don't think, Michael, are you interested in uni? Or are you thinking of just focusing on
What do you
that?
want to do when you're older? Like, because obviously your content career, but like,
I don't know.
Because YouTube sounds like a good plan to do in the
Yeah,
future.
but but like stuff like YouTube, TikTok,
Yeah.
you have to rely on other people. Whereas if you just go uni, get a job.
Rely on other people for what?
As in,
Getting
you have to rely on
views.
you have to rely on views. You have to rely on the algorithm to be in your favor. You know, there's a lot more competition that you don't see.
So do you think like
Plus, you have to do
you
content.
can't work hard enough?
No, it's not that, but you'd have to have the content that people like. Like,
Yeah.
how long do you think Michael can sustain his 1,600,000 views? Is it views or followers?
Followers.
How many views do you get on average? Do you know?
On average,
A couple
my
thousand?
most viewed video is 700,000. Then my least viewed video is like 15,000. So
Oh, okay, no, he's
on
still
av-
getting mad.
on average, I want every video to be above 10,000 views. But
So you
I'd
get
say on average
like
60,
30, 60.
Yeah, on average 60, 70,000 views a video.
So
Okay.
you're saying you want to secure sort of job first before you go into that?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a full-time TikToker. Unless
I mean, TikTokers don't make that
Not
much money.
TikTokers, because TikTokers don't make a lot of money.
Like,
from what
if
I
you
heard,
think
like.
about it, who are the famous ones? You got Charlie D'Amelio, Addison Rae. What's the male ones? What are the male ones? I don't know. Noah Beck? Is it?
they are so irrelevant.
Yeah.
I only know this
And
stuff.
they're also
because
really cringy to get views, man. Like,
their content. I deleted TikTok recently. Well, not recently. It was quite a while ago. But I only know them because I was like addicted to it back in like 2020. I think it was like whatever year it was. Crazy like how addicting it is all. Yeah. And so then they used to post like 10, maybe like 4 or 5 videos a day, each day, because otherwise they wouldn't be sustaining the money they would be getting, because they had to transfer all their followers to YouTube, because YouTube is where the big money comes in. So I don't think TikTok's sustainable income unless you become a TikTok dancer. I don't know.
so what do you think you're gonna be in the future then, if you're not doing TikTok and YouTube?
If I'm not doing TikTok or YouTube, I'll be fine. I guess I still wanna like influence people, talk to people,
Or
I
like
don't
a
know.
Do you have a
motivation.
certain like career sort of?
and also like
Right.
creativity. Maybe I've been thinking of like architecture.
Architecture?
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do.
Oh,
Yeah. That's actually decent.
yeah.
By the way, for those who are listening, they just dabbed each other up.
Yeah.
Now, architecture. How come? Is it just because it's a creative subject, or is it?
Yeah.
Do you have any specific interests?
Yeah, just like I kind of like maths, but I'm creative. I kind of like drawing. I like designs. You know, yeah, that's how I came up with the idea of like doing architecture. It's not confirmed yet. You know.
But if you want to do it, you have to like make a portfolio of creative work, like drawings and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Because you don't specifically like drawing, right? You just like,
I kind of like drawing, but like I have to draw.
you just
something
like
I
being
want to draw.
creative.
Yeah, both. Always both. I don't mind drawing.
Because there's a technical aspect to it as well. So
See, for me, right, I can admit I'm quite lazy. I ain't gonna lie. See, I want to do film directing when I'm older, and the way I actually came up with that idea, was because of a girl who I was very good friends with, and we were just making like jokes, but like how when we grow up we want to stay in the film industry, because we both did media studies at GCSE. Say we both want to stay in the film industry. She'll be a producer, and I'll be the director, and we'll be working together. I'm older and whatnot, and then that's what opens my idea, my mind to film directing, and then I sort of didn't develop I wouldn't say a passion. I don't think I have a passion for it yet, but I really like films and enjoy it, and I don't know.
So we all want to do creative stuff,
Yeah.
like in our careers, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how someone would find joy out of finance.
Michael, do you like the teamwork aspect of like creative work?
As in how?
As in like, architecture, yeah? Usually you're part of a team and you have to communicate with a lot of other people to create
Yeah, that's
your own
fine.
project.
That's fine.
So would you say you would want to be the one like sort of directing everything and like
Yeah.
overlooking everything, or would you want to work as part of a team?
I guess I can work as part of a team because I do cadets. I'm
Yeah.
a corporal.
What would you prefer the most? Though?
I guess being the manager or whatever.
Wait,
Like the one
can you-
overlooking everything.
can you elaborate what a corporal is in cadets? Because I never
It's
did
pretty
cadets.
much just like a NCO, like a leader. You're pretty
Oh, a
much
leader.
one of the leaders, like. 'Cause,
Okay.
you have cadets, the normal cadets, and then if you're a corporal, you're one of the leaders.
Okay.
Because there's orders of rank, so it's corporal, then sergeant, then flight sergeant,
Yeah.
then warrant officer, and then whatever's after. But
I mean,
yeah.
See,
corporals-
I used to do scouting and whatnot. We didn't have anything like corporal or anything. We had like scout leaders and I mean, when I finished, I was an explorer. I finished it like very early of year 12 because like there was almost like no time. Like I kept on forgetting to go just because like I was so busy at schoolwork and whatnot. So I just dropped out, and like two sort of. But there is no two, to be honest. I just couldn't be asked sometimes. But we didn't have anything like corporal stuff or like that. We just had like I was a scout leader for quite a while for my patrol, which is like the groups that we had. And did you do any like leadership stuff like that growing up?
I wouldn't say so, not really, but I was mainly like, I don't know, wherever I went, I always stood out, like, the way I talked. I was, like, outgoing, like,
I mean, it's pretty.
extroverted, usually, even in school or, like, swimming, because everyone that I saw mostly kept to themselves, and I see that a lot in this school when we have, like, lessons and stuff. But I think it's mostly because everyone can't be bothered to like respond to questions and stuff like that.
Wait, do you
but-
think that's because you're not a foreigner, but like you're not
But like
born
an
in the
immigrant,
UK?
I mean.
Yeah. Do you
I
think it's
mean-
because of that? Like you want to get to know
Yeah,
the
probably
country?
actually, because the cultures are vastly different as well. Because Greece, like you could be walking in the street having a conversation with your friend, and then a random stranger will like come up to you, start joining in the conversation, like. So, the culture is just different.
Yeah, no. I
In
get
in,
that.
in the UK, I see everyone to themselves. They don't really go out of their way to talk to
Yeah.
people.
Like I've been getting TikToks about other countries, America, France, and I've been seeing a lot of like TikToks about like just people talking crap about the UK, saying like it's bad vibes, it's a just, like, just saying terrible things about the UK.
Failed society.
Yeah,
Like,
failed society.
It is-
I think it's dramatic.
no, but they're not wrong to a certain degree. Because the UK has gone.
Have you
to
guys ever
shambles.
been to like America or something like that?
Nah, I've
You
never
haven't?
been, but I'd like to go one day. But like,
Because apparently they're really extroverted there.
Yeah, I know they're really extroverted.
no, but the thing is, what you're saying, like the UK isn't as good as people were saying. Like it is gone to shout. Like the crime levels have gone massively up. Like you have people in London that are getting robbed and stabbed daily.
I think it's more of a like, it's because I'm from the ends, like I know. It's,
that guy from Ends.
It's they're hurting each other. It's not necessarily civilians. Because if we're talking civilians, then yeah, the crime in London's the same as like every other major city. It's more or less the crime on each other. That's what's like making the crime rate so high. And like
So internal like gangs and whatnot.
yeah, because like if you live in London, if you're not about that life, you're safe. But if you are about that life,
No, I think even if you're not about that life, you're still not safe. You can still easily get robbed.
yeah,
it's
but it's
easy.
the same. It's the same in every other city. It's like that in Paris. It's like
But you
that.
have less risk though.
Yeah.
If you're not like.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very hard to park an expensive car in London and not be
No,
worried
that's true,
and not be
actually. It's got a
worried
point.
about it.
No, but if you're flashing like expensive watches and stuff like that, then yeah, but you'll probably be
You're gonna get your hand chopped off.
chefed up for no reason, like.
You're gonna get your stuff stolen from you, and you're gonna get injured. That's what's gonna go down.
But then it's also you have some people that like are wannabes.
Of course, London's full of wannabes because there's two sides to it. There's people who've actually like grown up without a choice and they've been raised to like trap, and then you get people that
I
they
want to act
see
like them.
they see them, they see what it brings, like they see they're getting girls, they're getting money, they're taking drugs, they're doing all that stuff, and they want that. So that's why they end up following them, and then like they lose who they really are, and that's what London's full of, like, you know. And like growing up in a city like London, you only really and truly have two choices: go your own way or become one of them.
Kind of like what we touched on earlier of like copying someone or being your own
Yeah.
self. What about you guys? Would you say you're like extroverted or introverted?
I mean,
Michael's definitely extrovert.
nah, I'm actually not.
Really?
Actually, let me tell you, when I first came to the school, right, I made a couple friends, but like they were temporary because I
Who?
started school. You know, Tessie, Venus.
I like Tessie. She's
yeah.
in my French class.
Yeah, they're good
and my English.
personalities.
Tessie's really nice. I
Yeah.
like her.
They were good personalities. I just never like felt like a part of them.
Yeah, no,
I
I
felt
get it.
left out. So, like, and I was struggling to find like a group who I could say were like my friends.
Do you
And,
have
like,
that now?
Yeah, I got that now. Like,
Okay, good.
yeah, but like before, like there was a period in the school where like I just kept to myself. Like I had no one to really hang with, and I didn't really like. I had no group of friends, and like I wanted to leave the school because you know I had high expectations, but like, and I took it. I thought it was my fault that I had no friends. Well, not no friends, but like no group to hang with, and like it was kind of like a sad period. Like I was just finding my feet in it, and I was also getting like mid grades and teachers yelling at me and calling my parents. So you know, like it was tough when I first got to the school. Now I've gotten used to it. You know, some
Yeah.
grades are looking good, and like things are just getting better. But
Well,
like,
so, Con, you'd say you're extroverted.
Somewhat, yeah, but it depends on the day. I can't lie. Sometimes I do feel like I just want to keep to myself.
yeah,
But that's not being introvert. That's just a mood. That's like
Yeah, I guess it's mood, yeah, but
I mean-
otherwise, like, I do get more energy from just talking to people, and I like talking to people in general. But
Michael. You'd say you're fairly
I
introverted.
have to be comfortable.
But your confidence levels are like you were in that the drama thing where you were acting.
that was a really good acting.
It
actually.
was. It
thank you.
really was. And what else? Your confidence in assemblies. Like I don't have that for sure. I am not confident.
But do
like
you
that.
think confidence leads to being extroverted?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between confidence in yourself and confidence in other people. Because my confidence for myself, yeah, but my confidence for other people, as in like the confidence in what I thought and what other people think of me. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I get what you.
Yeah.
Like being afraid of what they think of you, in a sense.
Yeah, kind of like that, like because if you're confident in yourself,
But how confident you are with other people?
some people it's like you can tell that they're judgmental and like they're potentially fake.
Yeah.
And like, oh, if you go try to talk to them, they're not gonna vibe with you.
I mean, we're not gonna call anyone out on the podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
of
doing
course
it,
not.
But
Like,
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't call myself extroverted at all. I'm definitely not. I mean, like coming to the school, I was forcing myself to talk to people because I didn't want to be alone. I mean,
yeah, I understand.
I saw Con on the first day. I know, we just became friends on the first day.
Like, yeah, I kept seeing you as well. Like, we kept seeing each other. Like,
Yeah, we just kept seeing each other, like, not in a relationship way, but in a friendship way, you know, like, we're in the same form, we're speaking all the time, you know, seeing each other.
I was
at
just
school.
meeting a bunch of people, and then I chose who
Yeah.
I want to hang out with.
Yeah, I remember speaking to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right,
Yeah.
yeah. And then
You're one of the people we didn't want to hang around with.
Hmm?
You're one of the people we didn't want to hang around with. No, I'm
Is it?
kidding. No, I'm
Oh.
kidding. I'm kidding.
what?
No, it was a joke. Don't
Oh.
No,
worry. No, so yeah, no, I saw you.
I enjoy hanging out with Michael.
No, Michael's calm.
Yeah.
I've always said that. I mean, I got the cricket thing with you on,
Yeah.
and I remember thinking instantly, oh, that's calm. I got Michael to talk to, you know.
Yeah.
I think my confidence levels are worse in this school when I'm in business. For two reasons. One, I have no clue what I'm learning because, I mean, now, obviously I do, but I don't know as much as everyone else because they've been doing business for 3 years. This is brand new and I'm doing it higher, so
Yeah.
it's even more pressure trying to learn all the content.
Yeah, that's like me with psychology and even biology. Like biology, I got 7.7, and I did combined science. I only picked biology because it was my best science, and
Yeah.
like I didn't know what other higher to pick. So I'm just like, oh, let me just do biology. And they said at the start of the year group, they literally warned us, don't do biology if you're just picking it because it was your best science and you feel forced. I ignored it, and now like I wouldn't
Big
say
mistake.
yeah, I wouldn't say I'm doing bad. I'd say I'm still doing well. I was only one mark off a grade 5, and I can't lie. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I kind of compare myself to other people.
I
Like,
do that all the time
I
at
would-
this school
yeah,
because, like, teachers say, "Oh, grade 4 is a good grade because
Yeah.
you're only 7's the highest grade you get
Yeah.
IB." But I can't think like that because
Yeah.
I used to, and I sort of do still, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get 6s and everything at minimum
But we also have expectations from parents and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because they still think in the GCSE terms, you know.
yeah.
A
And
4 is quite a bad grade at GCSE. I mean, it was kind of a norm getting a 4 at my old school. Like, if you got a 4.
Four for both GCSE and the IB is basically the same.
Yeah,
Because you
it's
need a
that's
4
it.
to pass for GCSEs. You need a 4 to pass in IB. So
Yeah.
it's pretty much the same.
And I feel like a big problem is like a lot of people just don't understand the IB.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
don't-
I can't lie, I was so confused when I first came to the school. I was
Yeah.
like, what is all this that we have to do?
I
extra
didn't
stuff?
even know what I didn't know what I was getting into when coming to this school.
Yeah.
I didn't have a massive desire to leave my old school. The people were amazing. It's just like I wanted to escape that environment,
Yeah,
make new friends. You know, I hardly.
That
speak-
also helps you develop yourself because, like, let's say you're trying to improve yourself, yeah? If you stay in an environment where you always act like your old self, like a certain way, yeah? Even if you work by yourself to improve yourself and sort of make positive changes about yourself, if you don't escape that environment, that's gonna kind of be dragging you down a little
yeah,
bit.
I mean, like I don't stay in contact with the people in my old school, not often anyways. Like I used to have streaks with them and then that ended and like that's the most my relationship stays with people from my old school. I mean, maybe it's because it's my own fault. I don't know, I never built a strong connection with them. I don't know. But it's like I never really had that sort of close connection with people in my old school.
How do you guys feel about that? Like talking to your old friends through social media, or like talking to people that you know through social media in general? Because I feel like sometimes the relationship through social media is a bit fake, and when you see them in person, like it's not the same.
You know what? There's only ever been one person I've ever made friends with purely on the internet with, and I've never met this person in real life at all. I've actually seen them. I think I've seen them anyways. I've recognized them from photos from the internet, from like Instagram and whatnot. But I've never like properly seen them outside, like, because like by the time I saw them in public, it was sort of we hadn't spoken for ages with that one person. I've only ever spoken to that person from the internet. It's weird because I've never spoken to her in real life, and it's just it's a bit strange.
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, as a man, Snapchat is not a real app for like communication.
Yeah.
Like, Snapchat is the app you use for what I call back and forths. Like when you're having a conversation with someone, you know, it's not a live conversation. If you want a live conversation with someone, call them. If you're just messaging each other, just like, you know, this person's leaving you delivered for hours. Like you don't have to respond immediately because it's just like back and forths. The only time you'd expect quicker replies is when you're talking to a girl.
Yeah.
And even then, it's still unserious. Like you shouldn't really be taking social media as a source of communication seriously unless you're getting called or FaceTimed.
See, like I love it when I see my old friends from my old school in public. When I go in Dartford, like the other day I was going to a sports event that my brother went to, and I bumped into like 5 people that I knew, and only actually spoke to one. Some of them I just ignored and pretended I didn't see them, just because I couldn't be asked to speak to them, to be honest.
Yeah.
One person I actually disliked massively because he was a massive racist, and I didn't. And I saw him in public, and I just
Racist
turned
against
around.
brown people.
every gender, I think, besides not gender.
Every gender, yeah.
Not gender. Every race besides white, I think.
All 99 of them.
No, sharp. No, I think it was a normalized thing for racism in his household, and that very massively betrayed in his school life. Like at one point, he said the M word, and then like 10 black guys just tried to beat the hell out of him. He never came back to school. He got kicked out. But yeah, I saw him. I just turned around. But like, no, I love seeing friends, but like, I'm just not close with them like that. I don't know how is it. I mean, you're still like friends with people.
Yeah, with some people from my old school. I meet a lot of people, yeah, but I'll only pick like a select few to hang out with, like really be friends with, to get to know them. And it's like, when you build that relationship with someone, you feel like you're part, what you were saying about feeling like you're part of a friend group and like you're really close with someone, that you're friends. Because otherwise the friendship feels really superficial.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really like those friendships because, like, I mean, you don't vibe a lot. Like, it just feels unnatural talking to them. But then you have a select few people that you just vibe with.
No, what I found funny, I remember once we were hanging out in Bexley Heath, and then you saw like a group of people that from your old school, and you were sort of forced to sort of have that connection with them.
Yeah.
But you didn't seem like you were very interested. I literally remember I was just laughing whilst you're talking to them.
No, it was
Because of
just
how
like,
awkward it was.
yeah, because when you see someone that you just knew,
You weren't
you would
close
still
with.
you
Yeah.
would still want to like greet them
Yeah.
and sort of catch up with them, even though deeply you don't really care that much.
Yeah.
But because you see someone that you used to know and be somewhat friends with,
Yeah.
you would want to like interact with them.
I mean, Michael, before we end, like, how close are you with people from your old school? Like, because
I just have one my friendship group. I have one friendship group and that's it. Like,
how many people is that?
4.
4. So you stay in contact with.
Actually, wait.
Would you, how close do you think you are of those 4 people right now?
I mean, we have a group chat. You know, we go out on motives like rarely. But,
Meet
like,
up? You still meet up though?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even if you don't talk for like long periods of time, when you get back together, like, it's like you never left off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, then you're pretty close friends.
Yeah. I haven't met a lot of people from my old school because not a lot of them shout me. But it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
You know, I left the ends for a reason.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the External View. We're hoping to get on a roll now, posting every single week. We did take a break, but now we're back for real. Yeah.
I mean, we do have a lot of stuff going on, so we might not be exactly on schedule, but
No, but we'll try.
we'll try.
We'll
Yeah,
try our
definitely
hardest.
try.
I mean, we got a ton of work. We're always busy, but yeah, we'll try. Yeah, I mean, follow us on Spotify, YouTube. That's where you can find us. But yeah, have fun.